Welcome to another episode of Art with Miss Jen. Today we're painting rocks and learning about community art. So here are the supplies you will need. There's a list right here if you want to take a screenshot. We have a pencil, a Sharpie, a plastic lid, or you can use cardboard for a paint palette. Some acrylic paints. It needs to be acrylic. That's the only thing that'll stick to rocks. Some paintbrushes, a big one and a small one for details. A cup of water, an old towel or a paper towel or a napkin, something to wipe off your brushes with. Some rocks and some varnish. This will help seal our painting on our rocks, so in case it rains it doesn't wash off. If you don't have varnish, we can make homemade varnish with glue and water. 3 parts glue, 1 part water. So now we're going to paint our rocks. The first thing we need to do is paint our rock white. The reason for that is so our colors can be nice and bright and not dull and dark. So we're going to take our big brush, dip it in water, get some white paint, and paint our rock, the whole thing. When you are done painting your rock white, we need to let it dry. You can dry it faster with a hairdryer. So now that we've painted our rock white, it's time to add some color. So there are a lot of examples here. There's some words, there's symbols, and there's animals. I'm going to be doing 3 different demos, one for a word, one for a dinosaur, and one for a cat. So for the words, if you have a big rock, you can make a phrase or just one word. So we're going to make joy. So I'm going to take some paint, put it on my paint palette, take my brush, start painting my rock. I'm going to cover it with a light color, and then I'm going to put dark colors on top of it. So now we need to let that dry, or you can use your hair dryer to make it go faster. So now I'm going to take my pencil, I'm going to write my word on my rock. You want to leave some space in between each letter because your paintbrush is thicker than your pencil. Now I'm going to take our paint. You can use different colors. We're going to take our small brush. We're going to paint each letter. Right over the top. And then we need to rinse our brush out so we don't mix up our colors. Our next letter. Rinse out our brush every time. Every time we switch colors, we need to rinse out our brush. And there you go. Let that dry. Next rock we're going to do is the dinosaur. So first thing you need is your pencil. We're going to draw our dinosaur on our rock. So you're going to do a big curvy line for his back. And at this end, you're going to draw a small circle for his head. And then below that, a smaller circle for his feet. You draw a straight line up. At the other end of his feet, draw a straight line up. Now over on this side, this is the back leg. We're going to draw a backward C. Below that C, we're going to draw another oval shape for his bottom feet. And then we're going to draw a curvy line for his belly in between his feet. And then on this side of the foot, we're going to draw a straight line up for his back leg. And then we're going to connect this line here to this line here, finish his tail off. Nice curvy line right there. So we will draw the spikes in later. Don't worry about that right now. We just want to get his basic shape in first. So now with your paintbrush, you're going to take some paint, any color you want. I'm going to paint his whole body in with our color. So now that he's all painted in, we're going to paint the spikes. So pick another color, any color you want. We're going to paint straight lines up from his back spine. Just like that. And when you're done painting the spikes, rinse out your brush. When you're all done painting him, he needs to dry. So now that our dinosaur is all dry, we're going to take our Sharpie. We're going to ink in our lines. So the first thing we're going to do is make triangles on our spikes. And then we're going to draw his feet in. So there's our small oval, a straight line up. The feet, you can even make fingers in his feet. And then the back leg, backward C again, that small oval underneath, that straight line up on the back of his foot, and some fingers. And then his belly underneath, that curvy line, under his tail, along his back, and then his face, eye and a mouth. So our final rock to paint is the kitty cat. So we're going to take our big brush. We're going to paint the whole rock one color, any color you want. Paint the whole thing. And when you're done painting it, rinse out your brush. So when you are done painting, you need to let it dry. So once our rock is dry, we're going to draw our kitty cat. So we're going to take a pencil, and on one end, we're going to draw a circle for the head. And 2 triangles on top for the ears. And then on the other end, we're going to draw a curved line from up here to his chin. That's the tail. And then we're going to draw the bottom side of his tail, just another curvy line up for his tail. And then right in between his head and his tail, we're going to draw a curvy line down for his paw. And then underneath the chin, we're going to draw a curvy line up this way for his other paw. And finally, we're going to draw the face in. Any face you want. Eyes, nose, mouth. So now we're going to draw a pattern. So you could do a stripe pattern, you can do a spotted pattern, whatever you want. I'm going to do mine in stripes. Make some stripes on the arms. And then some big stripes for his back. Big long stripes. And then of course the tail. When you're done painting his pattern, you need to rinse out your brush. You can add more detail in. I'm going to paint his nose. A little pink. Put a little pink in his ears too. It's for some extra color. And when you are all done adding the details, we need to let it dry. Now that our cat is really dry, we're going to take a Sharpie. We're going to ink in all of our lines. All the lines you drew, you're going to ink them in. So now that we have all of our rocks painted, there's one more step. We need to seal our painting with glue. This will protect our painting from the rain. So you paint the whole rock and it will dry clear. It's just protecting it from the rain. Set it aside to dry. So these were just some ideas, something to get you started. One way we can help each other out this season is to share our art with others. Help brighten their day, maybe make them smile. You can put your rock in the front yard where someone will see it, or you can take your rock on your walk and find a nice spot for it. Kind of like an art treasure hunt.